I just got done eating my lunch. I kind of had been riding higher today for whatever reason. I woke up in the upper 120s, and for whatever reason it took a while for my blood sugar to get down from like the 160s, and it finally got back down into the high 120s again for me to eat. I just ate, took a little extra insulin. I think I'm getting a cold. I think I'm getting a little more insulin resistant, but right now I'm pretty stable right now. I took a little less carbs and a little more insulin with this meal. I am 127 and stable, so honestly, hopefully it won't shoot up too fast after I had just finished consuming this meal. Hi everyone, it's Maddie. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to day 21 of Diabetes Awareness Month, November 21st, 2018. I hope you're doing well. Here in America, we are about one day away from having Thanksgiving, so I hope all those preparations are coming together well and that you're not scrambling at the grocery store to get all your stuff. But anyways, today's question is another shorter question, which is fine. Again, it kind of gives you guys a variety, and this is more for people who are newly diagnosed, or people who have a relative with diabetes or are non-diabetics and just kind of want to know a little bit about what it kind of feels like to give yourself shots. So today's question is, how many injections or needles do you have to stick yourself with daily or weekly, and are they painful? Now, this can vary, again, depending upon what type of ways somebody uses to administer insulin. If somebody's on a pump, they're probably only sticking themselves with a needle once every 3 days. If everything goes well and that the cannula or the little tube that sits inside your body doesn't clog, or their blood sugars aren't really high and stubborn. But for somebody like me who is on multiple daily injections, either with a pen or a syringe and vial, we do at least a minimum of 4 injections a day. Once at every meal, plus 1 or 2 before we go to bed or when we wake up in the morning for long acting. Minimally, I do 4 injections a day. Sometimes I have to do 5 or 6 because sometimes in between meals, my blood sugar gets way above 200 and I don't want it there. So I take a little extra insulin just by itself to bring that blood sugar back down into a healthy and safe range. Again, it depends on the person, depends on how sensitive they are to the insulin, if they need to take more or less. There's so many different factors that can contribute how many times you have to stick yourself with needles a day. But I would say typically for a type 1 diabetic, minimally we have to give ourselves 4 injections a day if we are on syringe and vial, or if we are using a insulin pen like myself. But if you're on a pump, you can get away with every 3 days if everything goes smoothly. Now, are they painful? Well, depends. I find if I insert the needle, like say I'm going to give myself an injection in the arm, if I insert the needle really fast, like here, like into this fatty tissue, if I insert it really fast, I find it's painful. And the faster I insert it, the more painful it'll be on impact, and it'll also kind of leave like a little bit of a bruise or a lump underneath, and I might have bleeding. Now, if I insert the needle more slowly into the fatty tissue, slow but surely, as the base of the needle meets up with the skin, it doesn't hurt as much. Now, sometimes I can insert it slow and have pain and bruising, and the most painful shot ever, I had one the other day. I don't know if I have it on my stomach anymore. It was kind of scarry, but I'm kind of looking here to see if I have that scar. I can show you guys. Oh yeah, I do. So for whatever reason, when I gave myself a shot right here in the abdomen, you can kind of see it's a little small bruised area. For whatever reason, when I gave my shot of Basaglar, which is a basal insulin, for whatever reason, it bruised. And I went in rather slow like I usually do. I wasn't rushing. It was a fresh, clean needle and so on and so forth. I did everything right. No insulin back. The needle was on right. Everything was primed properly. Just happened to be one of those times. And sometimes, too, it can be more painful if you hit a blood vessel or if you accidentally inject insulin into muscle. It can hurt more. I just wanted to note that the injection I did do on my stomach was 2 inches away from my navel. So those of you that have diabetes, don't fret. It was exactly 2 inches away from my navel. Those of you that do have diabetes know you should stay at least 2 inches, leave a 2-inch gap around the whole entire circumference of your navel. So it wasn't because I was too close to the navel that it bruised, but for whatever reason it just did. So back to the video. It can also hurt more too if people aren't changing their needles or their syringes religiously. I've never reused a needle on my pen, just because if you do, it can clog up and it could backleak all kinds of crap into the insulin and make it go bad faster. Or if you insert a dull needle into your skin, you can scar easier. And if you scar easier, you might not be able to use that area again to inject with. Sometimes things can be more painful if you hit scar tissue, but some people find that if they hit scar tissue, it doesn't hurt as much. So usually a good indicator for me, if I'm rotating sites properly, if I feel a small little pinch when I put the needle in. Again, most of the time, sometimes I don't feel the needle go in at all. Sometimes I feel a small pinch, which is pretty normal. And other times, like I showed you on my stomach, where I put it in right, and it's painful and it bruises after, and sometimes you just can't figure out why. So I hope this answers today's questions for everybody. Again, if you get me to 100 subscribers, I will be doing a diagnosis story for you guys. So look forward to that. Again, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And comment down below if you, how many times you give yourself injections a day, or and if they really bother you or not, because it's interesting to know too, sometimes depending on where you give the injection, it can hurt. Depending on if you're on a pump or a pen or a syringe and vial, it can hurt more or less. So I'm curious to know. So please comment those things down below. Until tomorrow's video for day 22 of Diabetes Awareness Month. Take care, God bless, spread positivity, be kind, and be thankful. Bye, everybody.